Now, the next question, Rupert Lowe.
Thank you, Chairman. The focus of my questions is on the set of new priorities which you introduced in July 24, which were growth and good jobs in every place, richer lives with choices and opportunities for all, a more socially cohesive country with an inclusive national story. So I was interested, did that come from the DCMS or did that come from the Minister?
Yeah, from the Secretary of State.
It came from the Secretary of State?
Yeah.
I mean, just to look at them, growth and good jobs in every place, well, that's verbal baby food. Richer lives with choices and opportunities for all. What does that mean? Does that mean you're going to hire people on merit or through ability? I'm not clear. I'm of adequate intelligence, I'm not very clever, but that's not entirely clear to me, so I don't see how it would be clear to them. And then you look at a more socially cohesive country with an inclusive national story. Now, our history is our history, geology is geology, so how does somebody like the Natural History Museum, for instance, change itself to deliver on an inclusive national story? And aren't people coming to Britain because they want to see our history, they want to see our culture, and particularly those foreign visitors who are coming here, do they want to see that interfered with, and could that not possibly damage the visitor numbers if you start messing around with that too much?
There's quite a lot in that. Is it okay if I just break down some of the things?
Well, I couldn't help asking because I think it's quite important.
No, understood. And we are working out exactly what our metrics are. I think the Secretary of State, if she was here, would be happy to talk about what she means by a socially cohesive country and an inclusive national story. And I think
it's all very well to have intentions. You're asking museums and galleries to try and deliver against a ministerial wish list, and it's not clear how you're going to judge them. And until you're clear on how you're going to judge them, I'm not sure how you're going to judge against these, what I personally find very difficult to understand priorities. I think there are many more priorities that I would put at the top of the list, but I'm not the Minister. However, if you're going to put them there, you've got to tell people how they can deliver what she wants.
Yeah, I think at this stage, we've told them what they are, and they are aware of them, and so, I think they may well be doing things that contribute. What we haven't done is said...
what is an inclusive national story?
I don't think it's...
How do you create an inclusive national story? History is history, isn't it?
Well, I don't think, probably I'm going to solve it right now. What I'm saying to you is they have their clear outcomes, and then on this area, we're doing further work.
I would be careful not to damage a model which, as you said earlier, is very successful.
Rupert Lowe walked into this hearing knowing exactly what he was doing. Not to make a speech, not to play politics, but to ask one simple question that nobody in that room seemed ready to answer. Because on paper, those priorities sound polished. Growth, opportunity, inclusivity. But the moment you actually stop and ask, what do they mean, everything starts to fall apart. And that is exactly where this exchange takes a turn. What you're about to watch is not just a routine question. It's a slow dismantling of a policy that sounds good, but explains nothing. Now watch this. After that exchange, the silence says more than any answer ever could. Because Rupert Lowe didn't raise his voice. He didn't interrupt. He didn't grandstand. He just kept asking for clarity, and it never came. You can actually see the moment it slips. When a straightforward question, what is an inclusive national story, turns into hesitation, deflection, and then finally, admission. We haven't done that yet. That's the moment. No definition. No metrics. No clear direction. Just a concept that sounds important, but collapses the second it's tested. And this is where the entire argument starts to unravel. Because Lowe isn't attacking the idea of inclusivity, he's exposing the fact that the people pushing it can't even explain it. Think about that. Museums, institutions, entire cultural bodies are being asked to deliver something that hasn't even been clearly defined. How do you measure it? How do you implement it? How do you even understand it? You can't. And that's why this exchange hits so hard. Because for a brief moment, the script disappears. The prepared language fades. And what you're left with is uncertainty. The civil servant isn't arguing back. She isn't correcting him. She's trying to buy time. Further work. Working it out. Not going to solve it right now. Those aren't answers. Those are placeholders. And Rupert Lowe knows it. He keeps it simple. If you're going to ask institutions to follow a vision, you better be able to explain what that vision actually is. Otherwise, it's not policy. It's guesswork. And the real risk here, the thing Lowe quietly points to, is what happens when you start changing something that already works, without even knowing what you're changing it into. That's not reform. That's uncertainty. And in that moment, under pressure, with all the attention in the room, one basic question was asked. And it never got a real answer.